Speaking about the potential confusion of the RZA going to take
Yeah. That was his choice to do. So,
you spent some time with Firstborn Prince, right?
I did.
And there was some controversy in his time.
Yeah, it was.
About him performing so lot in the school, right?
Correct.
Did you ever get to really build with him on his understanding of that science?
He gave me the third prophecy of Lost Found Muslim lesson number 3. Gave that to me in his hand, and he gave me some cassettes, which is still right over there in the corner, right there. The 9, the 360. He gave me this out of his own. Hey, life, I want to give you this, man. I feel you're a good brother, man. You're a good God, man. Here. He gave that to me. He gave that cassettes to me. I think what I want to do with those cassettes is turn them into, take them, convert them into like a DVD or CVD or whatever it's called. I think I might want to do that. So he gave me the third prophecy, which is Lost Found Muslim lesson number 3. When I read it, it had a lot of Islamic Muslim information in it.
Now that's a plus degree he drew.
That's the plus he grew up. I don't remember him telling me he got it from the mosque. I think he took from what he got from Lost Found Muslim lesson number 1 and 2, and he drew this whole thing up. You know what I mean? Because it says come from Firstborn Prince. Now, what a lot of people don't know about Prince was no regular God. He was no regular brother. He was very unusual. You know what I mean? And when I say unusual, I don't mean he was suspect unusual. He had his way about him. He'll let you know plain, nigga, get out my face with that bullshit. You know, he'll talk to you a certain way based upon how he felt about you. And that's just how he was, period. As it relates to him, you know, wearing the Muslim garb and the whole, you know what I mean, the whole thing around his head. And there's a YouTube thing about when he talks about how the woman could never be a goddess because Allah never taught him that. And when you kiss her earth on her forehead, that's the greatest blessing you can ever give a woman. Kiss on her forehead. And that brothers, you know, need to understand the difference, not calling her, a earth goddess. She's the earth, right? But he never went into anything outside. But remember, before they was given the leverage to be given righteous names, they had Muslim names. Right? Remember, Al-Jabbar was his name.
Right.
At one time, before it was changed to Firstborn Prince. Now, when we talk about firstborn, meaning he was given the knowledge first on top of the other 8, including Black Messiah. But he never talked to me, and maybe he may have talked to others, about anything being a Muslim. He only spoke to me about being God. He never spoke about, that we, getting caught up. He did speak to me about how brothers want to judge of what we got and what others got. He said, God, there's 5% is on higher levels, lower levels, and in between. But don't get caught up in judgment and that you be the best 5% that you need to be and don't worry about nobody else. I remember him telling that me distinctly at a law school. I remember him asking me, and this was on another bill that I had when he was telling me that God has no mother or father. When you realize that you are both, then you ain't gonna be looking for mommy and daddy. You become mommy and daddy. That's how you're able to father, and that's how you're able to teach the mother how to be a mother. Wow, very profound. So I know how to give my kids what I didn't have, nurturing and nourishment. And I didn't have that, but I know I wanted that for myself, so I'm gonna give it to my babies.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But he never, and I have it. I don't know if you can change the film, but you can look over there and you can see. I have a ton of stuff that he gave me, a ton of stuff over here, old 5% papers and newspapers and articles that the gods of yesterday, I'm talking about brothers that some of y'all new brothers don't even have a clue about, gave me in my archives as a young god, because I was always inquisitive. I always wanted to know, and I never really hung around a lot of young gods anyway. I've always hung around the older gods like Naji and, El Nahim and brothers like this who I felt had more prestige than a young god at my age who thought he knew it all. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of things that those gods told me why they made mistakes and why they did things at the time and the way the climate was and all these different things, God. So a lot of these young brothers coming up in this day and time don't know that history. They don't really know. You got a lot of brothers who caught up in their own hype. They want to be Superman before they even become supreme men. You know, brothers who get a little knowledge and now they got a little knowledge, now they want to be the advocates of what they have no clue about. Like, yo, bro, y'all got so much more to learn. You have no understanding to the degree of what age will do to you with understanding. You know what I mean? You got to understand before, like I said, when I started to teach, like I said, at 30 is when I began to understand my cipher. To understand that before I teach, I better teach myself, and what I'm teaching, I better have put it in motion. So that when brothers see me, they can say, yo, that brother's really about what he say he about. Look what he doing. Look what he on. Look what he, now they're going to hear me. I got brothers that I taught that's calling me today. Another brother sent me an email, IG, I ain't seen this brother in years. Sent me a message that, hey, big brother, it's good to see you. Damn. So you never know, man, who you impact out here with this knowledge when you do it right. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I want to share. You got to do this thing right, man. And I learned a lot from brothers who did it wrong. And I learned a lot from brothers who did it right, so I can come out right and know what not to do wrong. And did I make my mistakes like we all make mistakes? Of course I did. You know, nobody's holier than thou here. But at the end of the day, you learn from those mistakes. You become wise of those mistakes so that you can share others about those mistakes so they don't make them, especially if you see them going that route. And that's what I do, you know, as it relates to what Firstborn Prince taught me and a lot of things he shared with me over the years, you know what I mean, before he returned.